Okay, let me tell you about this sale. I'm not a happy camper about this sale. You've got us so upset that we almost wasn't able to complete it. This is what we started out on Friday. You made an order. Started out with a couple phone calls. Had to go to the warehouse a couple times to find out what you wanted. After we got done all with that, then you didn't have any money in there. You had to put the money in. So after the close of business, we get the order, which is $408. Then we had to go out and find 4 of these cores. This is what we started with. 4 cores to end up like that. The chokes had to be removed. They had to be completely stripped down, all the paint taken off them so we can apply that chrome-plated powder coating that you wanted. You didn't want the regular copper. You wanted the powder coat, the chrome. You start putting gasoline or anything else on, that stuff will just disappear because it's just powder coating. It's not chrome. Then we get all 4 of these things to trying to figure them out. The computer's got to figure everything out, divided by 4 plus the alcohol content and all this and that. And we get them all set to go. We're getting them all lined up, and then you call Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning before noon, wanting to know are they going to be there today. We promised you we tried to get them out by today, not be there by today. This has not been a good, pleasant thing. And we don't want to pressure those guys out there and girls in the shop to get this stuff done when it's 100 degrees temperature. We don't need this kind of crap. And if you get these things and you're not happy, there's going to be a big discount when you send it back for a refund. So let me tell you, don't order anything else from us. We don't like the way you do business. We don't like being pushed to get the order speeded up. I don't care what your customer told you or whatever. I'm dealing with you. Okay, we're going to start them up. First of all, look at the fuel pressure. If you don't set this thing with 3 pounds fuel pressure, that's 3 pounds, not 3 times 4 times 12, 3 pounds going right here. You do that by a regulator, a Holley regulator, 12-804. If you don't put a fuel regulator in there, you try to run it with more than 3 pounds, they'll flood all over the place, and don't call us, because they won't run. Now the computer has calculated to get the mixture of 12 parts of air to 1 part of gas, and telling us what we have to do internally to get that. It just don't automatically do it by itself. The computer tells us what needs to be done, then we have to do it. You see right now it's calculating air going in, exhaust coming out. Right now we're going to get in there and zero it in at 12 parts. You've already saw the fuel pressure down there. As you accelerate, you see the mixture get thin. It's all internal design. It doesn't stay rich all the way up. You don't need as much fuel once the vehicle gets moving because you've overcome inertia. Each one of these carburetors will run that entire car by itself. You could take the gas lines off to the other 3, and if you have an open plenum intake, 1 carburetor will run that whole entire engine. Guarantee it. Each one's got its own mixtures and its own idle speed. They're all set simultaneous right now for 800. And of course, if you know anything about multiple carburetors, you know how to set those. But that's what you started out with before you started chewing into our butt. Okay, here's the one of the 4 deuces. Now we put marks in here. If you look in here, it's got a number 2 in there. It's inside. Oh, it's inside over here anyway. Just in case you ever take them off and you want to know where they go, this is 2, which we don't care where you put it at. It's all ready to go. This is for you put your bolt, nut in here, whatever you want, a stud to hold your air cleaner on. Okay? I'm going to crank it up and show you that it works. Now this carburetor will run by itself. I would imagine if you had an open plenum intake, you could block the other 3 off, turn the gas off, and this will run by itself. You see that the mixture is doing right there set up. You were concerned about the jets and everything. Okay, let me start it back up here a minute. I'll show you something. that computer over there? Right there. Okay, you see how that's on 12? Anyway, before you shut it off, it's on 12. That computer has calculated what this carburetor should put out to be okay on your motor, on your 4-deuce setup. So that's where 12 parts of air, that's a federal standard. Any carburetor should put out that much. So we've calculated this. The computer has calculated it so that it's correct for that engine, for that setup. That you could take this carburetor, virtually 4 of these, and put them on any engine, and it would perform because of the ratio of the fuel to air that's predestined inside here. But here's the key to this whole thing: it's fuel pressure. You need 3 pounds fuel pressure. Total, not per carburetor. You try to run any more than that in one of these carburetors, they'll spill over because they're ethanol based. I know a lot of mechanics don't want to hear it, but this is all we do. And we're going to show you the same thing in every single carburetor. We're going to tell you the same thing. Fuel pressure, fuel pressure, fuel pressure. You don't put it at 3 pounds, don't call us. Okay. This is the first one. We're going to test all 4 of them here for you. Send you the video and get them out of here. Okay, this is carburetor number 3. No particular order. First, I want you to look at this right here. Once again, your mixture is at 12. You notice as you accelerate, it begins to thin out. That's because the carburetor is designed internally to get mixture get thinner and thinner as you accelerate, because you don't need as much fuel, liquid fuel, to propel the vehicle or boat, because you've overcome inertia. Now, once again, I'm going to stress once again, 3 pounds. 3 pounds ODCU. That means, or don't call us. Okay, this is carburetor number 1. I hope you watch these videos, the fuel pressures and stuff. I hope you're as attentive to watch the videos and pay attention as you are to call us and bug us about getting them done. You don't realize you want them, first of all, you want a special setup for 4 deuces. Secondly, you wanted them powder coated with the chrome type finish. You know, this stuff takes time to cook it. You ordered them late Friday and you're expecting them to be sitting there Tuesday, wherever you're at. I told you we would try to get them out by Tuesday. And I don't appreciate calling here and bugging us to get them done any sooner. If you don't like them, fine. We'll just, before we ship them out, we'll get you the email, this eBay, and you can just let them sit right there. These have to be all synchronized together. You just don't pull them off the shelf already done, matched up for 4x2. They have to be all the same. And all the same for a 4x2 application. It has to be done by computer.